Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from.
What's going down, gamblers around the world? It's your boy, the coach, and I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Marley Bets. Marley, what's going down?
What is the deal? What's going down, people?
I'm not happy right now.
I had a
great day. Yeah, my mood ain't gonna be right for the show, ladies and gentlemen. I had a great day at women's basketball, Euro women's. Women's college basketball going quarter for quarter. Then I ended it good with a great bet, put 600 to win 500 on what's their name? Florida. The Florida women's team, they was down by like 3, and they end up coming back and winning it. And they won it with scoring only 4 points in the fourth quarter. So I was doing great. I was at 14, dropped 3 on UConn, and UConn just don't know how to fucking finish, man. So, I'm kind of tight about that, but it is what it is. Hopefully, Ohio State first half can come through for me. But other than that, man, you doing all right, brother?
Yeah, I was with you on that UConn play. Nothing major, small wager. So I'm not really.
They just don't know how to finish, bro. They don't know how to.
I was at practice, so I didn't really get to watch the game. I was telling you earlier, I was looking at it on my phone on the, keeping up with it on the ESPN and shit. But other than that, I ain't really tripping on it. I take the L. I didn't get to see exactly what happened. I got a parlay pending right now, a little $5 come up type deal. I need to check it out. I got the Bucks on the money line, the Grizzlies on the money line, the Clippers on the money line, and Wisconsin on the money line. Just a little.
Oh, Wisconsin came back. Wisconsin was down by like 23 points, bro. If they win this, and now they were up I saw they were up like by 5. If they win this, they're talking about this is like the biggest comeback. Like, I don't know, in school history or just Big Ten. I don't know, but that's what they was talking about.
They was playing Indiana, right?
Yeah, Indiana was blowing the doors. You know what I'm saying? But college basketball, baby, right before the holidays. But anywho,
they came back and won that game. I'm looking at the score, 64-59.
Yeah, they came back.
Oh wow, I didn't even know.
They played defense.
Oh, I see. The first half was 42-25.
And now I need Ohio State to go on a run. I just need them to win the half by half a point, and I'm cash out. I'm done. I'm done for the day, and I'm gonna cash out and continue my little streak. But hey, man, if SBO's in here, SBO, be sure to comment, man. Let's talk. We can kind of recap what happened over the weekend, but kind of do some NFL recapping right now. Marley's sitting at 62-55 on the year. I'm at a low 14-10. I'm about to stick my foot into these basketball games. Oh wow, offensive foul. LJ RIP, he's 44-30 on the year, and Mikey Hova's 31-20 for the year as well. What you got there? I got a lucky lottery ticket in. Good shit, Nino. Good shit, man. So, how you feel about this NFL season? I haven't been able to really just lock in because I was so locked in on college football, but now I'm ready to go now.
I feel the same way I've been feeling. I've been saying this for at least 2 months now that, in my opinion, out of all the sports that I cap, and that's basketball, baseball, college football, college basketball, and a little bit of hockey, NFL is the toughest sport to cap, man. It's just
professionals to the T.
Right, to the T. You cannot be a good team and sleep on a sorry team because they'll pop your ass. Spreads are tight. I'm not where I want to be, but I'll take being over 500. Like I say on every show, my goal is always to be 20 games over 500 in everything we do. So I got a little bit of time left. I'm 7 over until the playoffs start. I got time to get there to the playoffs start. But, man, that's my thoughts, man. NFL is tough, dog. It's damn near a flick of the coin every week.
especially the primetime games. Them things are
Fucking
too janky right
dog.
now. Come on, man. We got to get people on the board. Well, man, let's kind of jump right into it. We're going over, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 7 games that we really like. But it's NFL weekend, and let's kind of get it jump started with the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Minnesota Vikings on Thursday night action. Another charge. Wow. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers 6-5-1 on the year, 5-7 against the spread, taking on the Minnesota Vikings, who are 5-7 on the year. This line opened up in favor of the Vikings, -3.5. Right now, you can catch that line at -3. Excuse me. The total opened up at 45.5. Right now, that line's at 43.5. Get to these injury reports. See if there's any major injuries. Cornerback Hayden, he is out. Please don't tell me that was 3. He is out. For this game, of course, we know they are missing a lot of guys. Spillane, linebacker, he's out as well. Bugs, defensive end, he's out also. And guard, Dotson, he's out 2 to 3 weeks. Minnesota Vikings, actual factuals right now. Patrick Peterson, he's probable due to COVID. Adam Thielen, he is out for this game as well. Anthony Barr, he's out. He's probable. Kendricks is probable. Dalvin Cooks is questionable for this game. Lynch is questionable at the linebacker position. Tackle Darius Saw, he's out as well. Cornerback Bynum is out. So the Vikings are dealing with some injuries. Pittsburgh Steelers coming off a 20-19 comeback victory, depending on how you look at it, against the Baltimore Ravens. While the Minnesota Vikings lost to the and whatever at the time, Detroit Lions. They ended up losing at 27-29 at a last-second touchdown pass by Goff. Let's get to these actual factuals real quick. Pittsburgh, they're 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games against Minnesota, 2-6 straight up in the last 8 games on the road, 0-6 against spread in the last 6 games against an NFC conference opponent, 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games against an NFC North opponent, and the unders hit 9 out of the last 12 games when playing in the month of December. Actual factuals for the Vikings are 6-13 on the year, on 6-13 against the spread in the last 19 games. The overs hit 4 out of the last 5. They're 2-4 straight up in the last 6 games. The unders hit 4 out of the last 5 against Pittsburgh. It also hit 4. The unders also hit 4 out of the last 5 whenever the Vikings are playing at home. Wow. Townsend's going on a crazy run right now. The total's gone under 4 out of the last 5 at home. It's also gone over 5 out of the last 7 games this season. 4-2 against spread in the last 6 games against the AFC North Conference opponent. So, Vikings versus Steelers, Thursday night football game. Marley, what's your play?
Man, the Steelers are so fucking banged up right now, dog. And
so are the Vikings.
Yeah, but the Steelers are banged up on. So first of all, the Steelers are already only good, in my opinion, on one side of the ball, right? That's defensively. Like offensively, they can't really do much. You know what I'm saying? And no knock on Ben, man. I mean, you know, I assume he's going to be a Hall of Famer when his career is all said and done. I guess he should be. I'm not the biggest Ben fan, but it's over for him, dog. Like, they can't do shit offensively. And I'm not a big Minnesota Viking fan. I don't want to say I hate Kirk Cousins, but I feel like he just don't. His numbers be looking good and shit, but I feel like he just does not deliver when it fucking counts. Thursday night game, man, they fucking janky as shit. We know that. I'm going to take the home team. That's the rule. The rule is to take the home team. I know the Vikings are coming off a 2-game losing streak. I know one of those games are to the Giants. I mean, the Lions, the winless Lions in Detroit. But this is one of those games, coach. This is one of those games where you like the Vikings just fucking lost to the Lions, bro. They 2-game losing streak. The Steelers just beat the Ravens. No, I'm not falling for it. I'm taking the Vikings. I can't really give you a bunch of statistical numbers on why they're going to win and all that shit. Because like I said, I'm not a big believer in Kirk Cousins and Dalvin Cook is hurt. But I do like Jeffries. they do got the weapons and the talent to produce on the offensive end. And if they get a lead, I just don't feel like Pittsburgh can score. They can't score enough points. And they got some injuries on the defense, in particular cornerback Joe Hayden. So I like the Vikings. I'll give up the 3 points. Thursday night jankiness. I'm taking a home team, never taking a road team.
Okay, I'm with you on that one. I'm going to go with the Vikings on the money line. The Elam being out does kind of hurt, but
yeah,
it's just I'm taking the Vikings. I'm not going to look into it too hard. Let's get this. I'm not looking into it too hard. These dudes play sloppy, man. Ohio
college,
State
dog.
is
That's college
trash. Dog. But anywho, I'm with you. I like the Vikings on the money line. I'm going to take the home team. They're not even getting boards. My bad. I apologize, people, for not focusing. I got a lot of money on this game. But I'm going to ride with the Vikings with this one. And that's my official play. So, hey, we be sure to like, subscribe, follow. We appreciate you guys tuning in. And let's get on our Sunday morning college Sunday afternoon football game. Let's start off with the Falcons taking on the Panthers. 5-7 against the spread. Falcons are traveling to the 5-7, 5-7 against the spread. Carolina Panthers. Let me see. Apologize. Get to these the opening. Oh my goodness, man. This line opened up in favor of the Panthers minus 2.5. There has been no movement on that line right now. The total's at 45.5. Opened up at 45.5. Right now it's at 42.5. Get to the injury report, see if there's any major injury reports from last week. Bullard, defensive end for Atlanta, he is questionable for this game. Cornerback Oliver, he's out for the season. Thank you, Rev. Give me a foul. Grant, the safety, he's questionable for this game. And linebacker Ogundanji, he is questionable as well. Carolina Panthers, we know they just fired Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator, during the bye week. And the news about Christian McCaffrey, he's out for the season. Guard Miller, he's questionable. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, everybody else is playing. Atlanta's coming off a 30-17 loss against the Buccaneers, while the Panthers are coming off a shellacking, a 33-10 loss against the Miami Dolphins. Shout out to Coach Flores down there doing his thing in Miami. Actual factuals: the Falcons are 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games. The unders hit 5 out of the last 6. They're 5-2 straight up in the last 17 games. 9-3 against the spread in the last 12 games against Carolina. 9-3 against the spread and straight up against Carolina. 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games on the road, and the unders hit 7 out of the last 8 games when playing on the road in Carolina. As for my Panthers, they're 2-7 against the spread in the last 9 games. The unders hit 10 out of the last 15. They're 2-7 straight up in the last 9 games this season. The unders hit 5 out of the last 6 against the Falcons. 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games at home, and the unders also hit, as I said before, 7 out of the last 8 games when playing at home against Atlanta, and they're 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 games against the NFC Conference. So, Panthers taking on the Falcons. Marley, do you have a play for this one?
Yeah, I do. And it's not on the side. It's not on the side. I like the game to go under here.
Okay.
That's because both of these offenses suck, in my opinion. Who's quarterbacking for the Panthers? Like, is Darnold back? Is Cam coming
Darnold's
in?
out. Darnold's out, but it's Cam.
It's Cam. I think your boy Cam can actually get the win at home, but it's going to be an ugly game, man. This game is going to be ugly. It's going to be awful to watch, probably. So I like the under here. Both offenses are less to be desired. In the Falcons' last game, they only scored 17, 21 in the win against Jacksonville, for what that's worth. Blanked by New England and held to 3 to Dallas. Panthers on the other side here, 10 points last week, 21 the week before that. They put up 34 on Arizona. I think that was a more of an emotional high. And then 6 against New England. So I like a low-scoring game. I like the Panthers at home. I won't put my money on it, though. They should win this game at home, money line. Cam should be enough. But Doesn't have a lot of weapons offensively, and they just fired the offensive coordinator. So I don't know what the hell is going on. But I'll take the defense. It's only giving up, I think, 21 points a game. So that's not too bad. And Atlanta's they're struggling on both sides of the ball. So I don't think Carolina's offense is going to be able to take advantage of Atlanta's weak defense, and I don't think Atlanta is going to be able to take advantage of Carolina's strong defense. So I'm going to take the under 42. It's low, but this will be a low-scoring, ugly game. Just put me on the Panthers under.
Okay. Yeah, this is tough because we don't know who's going to be calling the plays. We don't know who's going to be starting at the quarterback position. But one thing I do know is the energy and the vibes at the home field for the Panthers is pretty much one of the best. You know, they lost last game at home against the Washington Redskins, but the Redskins are playing good football right now. I mean, they are trending up, and I think, you know, Joe Brady just kind of showed like he wasn't ready for this spotlight in the NFL. So there are some questions, but I think, you know, with that news coming out, a lot of the money is going to start coming in on the Falcons, especially when we get closer to the game. But I'm going to ride with the Panthers money line. The day of the game, it should be at -1.5, maybe even a pick 'em, just because a lot of people are going to be coming in. You know, there's uncertainties of who's going to be at the quarterback position and who's going to be calling the plays. But if people weren't feeling Brady at the crib, I mean, inside that organization, and now that he's gone, then expect the offense to open up a lot more, especially with McCaffrey not being in the game, because, you know, they like to check down. So I'm going to ride with the Panthers money line for this game, official play. So, hey, man, we appreciate you guys tuning in. I am the coach. This is Marley Bets. We are Brothas N Bets, and we trying to make some things happen. And right now, these Buckeyes got a chance to cover me some money. And while tune into that, let's get to the next game, Marley. We are moving. We got the 8-4 Baltimore Ravens, 5-7 against the spread, taking on the Cleveland Browns, 6-6 on the year, 5-7 against the spread. This line opened up in favor of the Ravens -1, but after that line is now flipped in favor of the Browns -2.5. The total opened up at 45. Right, all these are opened up at 45. Right now, that total is at 42.5. See if there's any major injuries right now for this team. Campbell, defensive end, Calais Campbell, he missed the old school tower. We got a tie game. Come on, Ohio State. He is questionable for this game. Defensive end Wolf, he's out. Boyle, the tight end, he's questionable as well. I'm trying to see if there's any more significant injuries. Boykins, wide receiver, he is questionable. There we go. Oh, get the block. Come on. There we go. All right. Westry, the cornerback, he is questionable for this game as well. The guard, McCary, he's questionable. So, you know, the same thing that's been going on all year. The Ravens have a lot of injuries going on, and Lamar Jackson isn't playing well. Injury reports for the Browns. Hughlett, the center, he's questionable for this game. We got Phillips, he's questionable as well. Tight end Brian, he's out. Schwartz, the speedy wide receiver, he's questionable also. Pittsburgh's coming off a heartbreak loss against the Steelers 20-19, while the Cleveland Browns, there we go, we up 1. The Cleveland Browns are coming off a 10-16 loss against Baltimore back on the 28th. So they're kind of playing kind of quick here. Get to these actual factuals as he misses the other bucket. Baltimore, they're 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games. The unders hit 4 out of the last 5. They're 14-5 straight up in the last 19 games. This season, in the last 19 games, they're 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games against Cleveland. They're 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games against Cleveland. The unders hit 5 out of the last 5 games whenever they are on the road as well. And they're 8-3 straight up in the last. Oh my God. 8-3 straight up in the last 11 games this season. Let me get to these quick actual factuals for the Browns. They're 4-1 against spread in the last 5 games. The unders hit 4 out of the last 6. The unders also hit 7 out of the last 10 games when going up against Baltimore. The unders also hit 4 out of the last 5 when the Browns are playing at home. 1-6 against spread in the last 7 games against Baltimore, and 2-6 straight up in the last 8 games this season. So, rivalry game. Ravens, Browns, Marley, what's the play?
Hey man, it's a tough game for my Ravens, man. Well, I won't say my Ravens, but I'm partial to the Ravens. Tough spot is really what it is, and you hit the nail on the head, man. They're just too banged up right now, and they've been banged up since preseason when they started losing running backs. I don't know how much Lamar Jackson can do, and he's not playing well right now. I hate the Browns. I'm just be honest with you. I hate the Browns. I hate the Browns. I hate Baker Mayfield's State Farm commercials. I'm tired of seeing his fucking face. And they ain't done shit. People been picking them to sleeper teams for the last 2 years. They ain't did shit. But I will take them on the money line here today. Revenge game, division game, and coming off a bye week. Everything says Browns. The Ravens are not playing good right now. I don't know if Lamar Jackson, how long he's going to be able to hold that ship together. I just think that with them having a week to prepare, coming off the bye week, the Ravens being in a tough matchup last week, they just beat the Browns. Just everything says Browns on a revenge factor. So I'm going to take the Browns on the money line. I lean under that 42.5 because I don't know how the Ravens are going to score. They're just too banged up. So put me on officially under and official the Browns money line.
Yep. I kind of agree with you on that one, Nino, but
I don't think they figured him out. I think, he don't got no talent around him anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Well, who was around him before?
The running backs was good. The rookie, I can't think his name right now. And then who got hurt? Yeah, Dobbs from Ohio State. And then the rookie they got hurt was good. And then Watkins was good. He got hurt. And Hollywood Brown by himself now. They started the season out 8-4. It's the reason.
Oh, baby,
don't get me wrong. Defense. I'm not saying Lamar is, 3,
2, 1. Let's go.
I still think we just need to slow down on the figure them out part. I don't think.
I'm amped now. Let's go. Ohio State covered. My bad, Marley. I am amped now. Let's do the show, baby.
They said the Chargers figured about 3 years ago that he just wore the MVP the next year.
Right. So for this, I think, again, we didn't see the Browns last week. It's a lot of shit going on in that Browns locker room. The Ravens right now, if you're a bandwagoner, they've jumped off the bandwagon. Everybody's starting to give him that doubt again. Lamar Jackson, black quarterback, D-doubt. I'm not falling for it. Appreciate that, Nino. I'm not falling for that, man. I am riding with Lamar Jackson for them guys to bounce back. It's still too much going on in that Browns locker room. So with that being said, I am officially on the Ravens, on the road, bounce back, take care of business. Hopefully they had a players meeting to get their shit together. So official play for the coach. I'm taking the Ravens on the road money line. So, hey, man, be sure to like, subscribe, follow. We appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. This is Marley Bets with Marley over here, cool, with the Gucci beanie on. I like it. We are Brothas N Bets. Don't get it twisted. We are Brothas N Bets. So yes, let's jump on America's team. Let's jump on the videos that anytime we post a video, we get the most views whenever these boys play, and that's the Cowboys out of Dallas.
Mikey's
rivalry
team.
Game. Yeah, Mikey Hova's team. The Cowboys 8-4 on the year, 9-3 against the spread, taking on the Washington football team, 6-6 on the year, 5-7 against the spread. Let's look at this opening, and y'all can hear the energy. I got my energy because I was pissed the way Ohio State was playing. Cowboys open up as a -5 favorite. Right now, that line's at -4, and the total open up at 49. Right now, that line is at 48 as a consensus. Let's check out these injury reports. See who's injured. Gregory, he's questionable defensive end for this game. Wide receiver Wilson, he's questionable as well. Gallimore, the defensive tackle, is questionable, and still the tackle. He's questionable as well. Pretty much all the other injuries that the Cowboys have, they have had them for a while now, so they've been playing. Washington, they've been playing great. Collins, he is questionable for this game. McKissick, he's questionable as well. Schwartzer, the guard, he's questionable. Seals Jones, questionable as well. Sweat, he is out, the linebacker / defensive end for this game. Dallas coming off a 27-17 victory against New Orleans in the Superdome, while Washington went on the road, got that upset underdog victory against the Las Vegas. Let's get to these extra factuals for them boys. They're 12-4 against the spread in the last 16 games. The unders hit 5 out of the last 6. They're 8-3 straight up in the last 11. 7-3 straight up in the last 10 games against Washington. 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games on the road. 6-2 straight up in the last 8 games when playing on the road against the Washington football team. And they are 7-0 against the spread in the last 7 games when playing against an NFC conference opponent. The football team's actual factuals: 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games. The unders hit 6 out of the last 7. They're 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games. The overs also hit 9 out of the last 11 against Dallas. The unders hit 7 out of the last 10 games at home. They're 2-6 straight up in the last 8 games when playing at home against Dallas. And the unders also hit 4 out of the last 5. So, Mikey Ho's favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys, going on the road to take on the most trending up team right now in the league, the Washington football team. Marley, what's the play?
Hey, I'm still in your philosophy, Coach. This is a coach's philosophy play.
Well, be careful. Go ahead. Go with the philosophy.
I'm careful. I'm going with your philosophy, though. Teams that are trending upwards versus teams that are trending down. I don't know if we can necessarily say Dallas is trending down.
That's why I'm trying to say be careful, because I don't think they're trending down.
They have lost 3 out of the last 5. I don't know how much credit I give them for the 2 wins that they got. They got a win in New Orleans with a backup QB making his first start coming back from injury. It was on the road, however. And then we got a 43-3 victory against Atlanta at home. So, like, how impressive are those wins really? Then we got 3 losses. Lost to Las Vegas, lost to Kansas City, and an embarrassing loss to Denver. Meanwhile, Washington beat Tampa. Although it was at home, still held them to 19 points. Beat Carolina on the road. Seattle, that's for whatever that's worth. And then beat that same Raider team that the Cowboys just lost to. Now, I'm not saying that I think Washington's necessarily better. I think the Cowboys are the more talented team. But I think Washington's playing a better football currently. And I'm going to go with that. I still think Dallas wins this division, but they're going to lose this game at Washington. I'm not ready to trust them yet. The defense is banged up. What's up, KB? Defense is banged up. The offense is not producing well. CeeDee Lamb came back. I'm not sure if Cooper's back. I know he was hurt. I think Cooper is back, but I think he's still nicked up. And it just, man, Cowboys started out hot, man. All their fans was jumping and screaming, and then they were telling me that the schedule was easy from here on out. After they started out 6-1, the schedule does nothing but get easier and gets easier. We said this to open the show. NFL is the hardest game to count, man. You got to come play every Sunday. Can't look at that schedule and be like, oh, that's just a win. It's not. Washington is playing good. I want the 4 points. I'm gonna sprinkle something on that money line because I think they win outright. But I'll take the 4 points as an official play.
All right. Marley likes the football team as an official play. Yeah, if I was to make a lean, I'm gonna stay off this. But if I was to make a lean, I'll take the football team. But I'm staying off of this because I'm staying off of it. But Marley likes you like with the points, with the 4 or the money line. You like him with the points.
With the points. But I'm gonna personally sprinkle a little bit on that money line.
Sprinkle some crack.
Yeah, just a little bit. That's the ground.
I got you. Let's see something real quick. Sorry about that. And yeah, like I said, that's his official play. I'm off of this one. So, Hey, man, be sure to like, subscribe, follow. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Marquette is up by 1 against Kansas State. I'm thinking about taking them to win the game. Or should I just chill and enjoy that I have started the account at 150 today and I was able to get it up to, let's just show the people. Let's just show the people what I was able to get it to today. That's where I'm at right now, dog. Can the people see? Can the people see?
Yeah, we see that clear.
So I'm just gonna chill and just focus on the show because I ain't trying to get distracted. SBO, here we go. We've been waiting on SBO.
Oh,
yes, sir. Since I'm showing clips, SBO. Hey, my boy.
Salute, my brother.
You told us. And I was and you was like, Coach, ride. And I was like, bro, let me tell you what happened. And I'm sorry, people, we covered again. We're gonna get on the rest, but we've been waiting on SBO. We after the game, we're like, man, wait till we talk to SBO. Anywho, Marley loved them Georgia boys. I took the Georgia boys. I liked them, but I was real skeptical. SBO was like, come on, Coach. And he was like, Marley a hater, and you know, And so we had a terrible week, ladies and gentlemen, in college football. Probably the worst ever. I only won 3 games. I won Utah,
I got
Jackson
right
State, and there was one more.
Michigan.
Terrible weekend. So in the morning time, I took Oklahoma State, and I took and we took Kent State, and I lost both of them. So I was like,
fucking Lombardi played, dog, and he wasn't on.
And I didn't know that
injury report.
And bro, I was like, bro, like
and it's crazy. If I would have known Lombardi was playing, I would have been all over NIU, dog.
I said, I see how this day's going. Do you know I made over, and I ain't trying to toot my horn, I'm just saying what it is.
Fuck that shit, toot your horn, bro.
Bro, I made 5 bands on fading myself on Saturday, and it started early. After I saw Oklahoma State and all that go down, I said, you know what, bro? I'm fading myself. I'm taking Bama money line. Fuck that. And Marley was like, nah, he was trying to call me. I'm like, Marley, I ain't trying to hear it. I see what's going on today. Hey, man, SBO, my boy, I appreciate that come up, my guy. I dropped that, and that started my little streak. That started the streak, the Bama streak, Bama money line. That started the streak, and I was like, bro, I'm fading myself. When Wake Forest came, we liked Wake Forest. I faded Wake Forest. I went with Pitt, and Marley was like, man, you know what it was, but I'm like, Marley, bro. I see what today is, dog. I see what's going on, bro.
See, I was 5 and 5.
We not lined up.
So I was up and down, up and down, up and down. So I wasn't just losing like that to fade myself. You know what I'm saying?
First half, Marley. Hey, SBO. I was like, bro, I'm just gonna fade. I'm gonna fade myself. Hit him again with the under. Anywho, shout out to SBO. SBO had it. He had it. He knew what it was. The Bama boys came out and showed people why they Bama. I appreciate you, my brother, because I'm on a hot streak right now, and I made a lot of money over the weekend. If I cash out today, right now, I'm at 8. Since Alabama game, 8 bands, man. Shout out to the people who follow us. Let's get this money. But anywho, I apologize. We just been waiting on SBO because I'm like, I gotta show SBO that I roll with them roll ties, and I faded myself. I faded my picks, and I'm on that streak. So, anywho, shout out to SBO, y'all. So let's get back on track, man. We got the Sunday afternoon game. This should be a very great one. Shout out to them Patriots. I took that underdog money the other night. We got the Buffalo Bills, 7-5 on the year, 6-5-1 against the spread, taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 9-3 on the year, 6-6 against the spread. This line opened up in favor of the Bucs -3.5, and that line's still the same. You can catch it at some threes on the board. The totals open up at 53 right now. It's at 53.5. as a consensus. Injury reports. Running back Gillum, he is questionable for the Bills, but other than that, they are pretty healthy. As far as the Bucs, we know Antonio Brown, he is out for the next 3 games. Sherman's questionable for this week. Jones, the second, he's questionable. Whitehead, the safety, he's questionable. Dean is questionable also at the cornerback position. Edwards is out the next 3 games, and wide receiver Darden, he's questionable as well. So we know the Buccaneers are dealing with an injuries bug right now in that secondary. The Buffalo Bills coming off a 14-10 loss where they lost to the Patriots, who only threw the ball 3 times in that game, while the Buccaneers are coming off a 30-17 victory against the ATL. Get to these actual factuals. The unders hit 4 out of the last 6 for the Bills. They're 14-6 straight up in the last 20 games, 1-6-1 against the spread in the last 8 games against Tampa Bay. 3-7 straight up in the last 10 games against Tampa Bay, 8-3 against the spread in the last 11 games on the road, but 0-6 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing on the road against Tampa Bay, but 7-1 straight up in the last 8 games whenever they play against an NFC conference opponent. They dominated the West Coast this year. Everybody in that West Coast, they took care of business against them boys. Buccaneers actual factuals, they're 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games this season. They're 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games this season. The unders hit 5 out of the last 7. They are 17-3 straight up in the last 20 games, 8-0 straight up in the last 8 games at home, 6-0 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing at home against the Buffalo Bills, as I said before, 7-2 straight up in the last 9 games this season, 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games against an AFC conference opponent. So Tom Brady and the Buccaneers taking on I like Allen, but man, and I've been following him since Wyoming. Man, he is the most overhyped guy I've ever seen in the last decade. And the Bills taking on the Bucs. Marley, what's the play?
You think the Bills are overhyped?
No, I don't think the Bills is overhyped. I just think Josh Allen has gotten way more pub than anybody. Like, I haven't seen it in a while. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's good. Trust me, he is good. But I just think they putting too much on him, and that's starting to affect his play. So that's what I meant. This team is good, from the head coach to the DC. This is a good team, and Allen is good. But I just think they putting too much on him. Like, too much, bro. So go ahead.
I can agree with that. All right. So, Bucks winning 3 straight. Are they finding their stride right now? This is the time that championship teams, start to put that shit together and get on the roll. We more than halfway down there, like the last quarter of the season. Bucks won 3 straight. Looked good last week. Beat a good Colts team in Indy and took care of business against New York. I like this. I'm not betting against Brady, man. Not after what I saw last week against the Bills, neither. Like, I'm not gonna say they got dominated by the Patriots, but I mean, like, because they gave up 14 points at the end of the day. That should be enough to win the game, right? But when you only make a guy, you can't let a quarterback throw the ball 3 times. And I don't care for what reasons, you know what I'm saying? And I don't care that you only gave up 14 points, but you was at home, and this dude called 3 pass plays, and y'all lost. That's just disrespectful. Like, some of the run plays that they did, it was just disrespectful. It was like, we don't even care if we get it or not. We just want to run the ball down y'all throat. We feel like y'all can't stop us. If y'all do, we'll do it again, because we really just feel like y'all can't stop us. And at the end of the day, they won. So that's like, I'm sure the weather had a lot to do with it. But, man, I'm taking Bucks, taking Tampa, taking Florida. I'm taking Brady at the end of the day.
With the points?
Yeah, -3.
All right. Marley likes the Bucks -3. Yeah, man, this team is Bucks trend. Well, they kind of still been up there. I ain't gonna say they trending up, but the Bills are definitely trending down, in my opinion. I'm not gonna put too much longer on it, but I want to say expect them to come out playing, because now they're going from that cold ass weather down south. But shit, they was just in Miami not too long ago, and they got smacked against Coach Flores and the Dolphins once again. So in my opinion, I am going to ride with the Buccaneers, but I'm going to ride with the Bucs money line for this game. 3 and less. I'm not playing around with the NFL because a lot of money is going to start coming in on the Buccaneers. Best believe come game day, that money going to come in. So with that being said, I'm taking the team that's kind of staying up there versus the team that's, man, they falling down like hard after starting off the way they started off. My official play, Buccaneers money line. So, hey, man, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, follow. We are Brothas N Bets. We are here all the time. That's Marley's record right now in the NFL. That's my record right now in the NFL. I had a late start. LJ, even though he hasn't been here, man, I mean, him and Hova, they kind of doing their thing. You know what I'm saying right now. Be sure to hit the like, man, subscribe, and support your boys. And let's get on to our next game. We got the 49ers taking on the Bengals. Hold on one second. Express, he said it'll be a good game. He likes the Bucs by 1 point, and that's why I'm going with the money line. You answered, you showed why I'm doing the money line right there. But anywho, let's get to one team that started off bad and they've been trending up besides last week, and the other team that started off hot and they all over the place. And Marley,
all over the fucking place.
I rolled with you on this one last week, but anywho, let's see if we can bounce back. We got the 49ers of San Francisco, 6-6 on the year, 5-7 against the spread, taking on the Bengals, who are 7-5 on the year, 6-6 against the spread. This line opened up in favor of the Bengals minus 2.5. Right now, that line's in favor of 49ers minus 1. The total opened up at 47. Right now, that line's at 48.5. Get to these major injuries, see if there's anybody who got hurt over the weekend. Tart, the safety for 49ers, he is questionable for this game. Sanu he's been out. Excuse me. Let's see. Linebacker Warner, he's questionable. Harris, the safety, he's questionable. Hurst, defensive tackle, he's questionable. Cornerback Mosley, he's questionable as well. And running back Mitchell, he's questionable also. Cincinnati, Reef, the tackle, he is questionable. Wide receiver Thomas, he's questionable as well. Hopkins at center is questionable. Owuzie, cornerback, he's questionable. Tate is questionable. Burrow is probable. Linebacker Wilson and Bailey are both questionable for this game as well. San Francisco is coming off an upset loss 23-30 against Seattle, but it's tough to play in the Big 12, the 12th man, as the Bengals got ran through by the Chargers 41-22. They had a chance to come back, and then they want to fumble, and the rest is history. Get to these actual factuals. For the 49ers, they're 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games. The overs hit 5 out of the last 7. They're 4-2 straight up in the last 6 games, 12-3 straight up in the last 15 games against Cincy, 5-2 straight up in the last 7 games on the road, 5-2 straight up in the last 7 games when playing on the road against Cincy. The overs hit 4 out of the last 6 when playing against an opponent in the American Conference, and the unders also hit 5 out of the last 6 when playing against an American Football Conference as well. Excuse me. Cincy, the actual factions, the overs hit 5 out of the last 6. They're 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games at home, 2-5 straight up in the last 7 games when playing at home against the 49ers. The overs hit 4 out of the last 5 games this season. The unders also hit 8 out of the last 9 when playing against the NFC Conference opponent. 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games against the NFC West opponent as well. So, your Bengals taking on the 49ers. Marley, what's the play?
Hey, man, I don't know what the hell happened last week, bro. That was just, in your words, that was just a fuck game, dog.
Yes.
It was just like,
and I said it early. You like,
the Chargers scored like 24 straight unanswered points. Then the Bengals come back with like 20, 22 unanswered points, and I'm thinking they're gonna pull it off. And then they let the fucking Chargers score like another 20 unanswered points.
And what jumped it off was the fumble, the
turnovers
out of nowhere, bro. He just fumbled the ball.
I mean, even the interception that Chase had, that was definitely a touchdown. And I think it would have brought the score to like 14-10 at that time. Like, they would have been right back in the game. That whole bounce off his arm or something stupid, like wide open touchdown, bounce off his arm, interception. So
right.
I do agree with you with one word you use. Like, this team is so fucking inconsistent, man. But that's what you get from a young. They're still fairly young. Quarterback young, Chase young.
Right.
Higgins is not too old. But I expect him to bounce back. I do like this. I love this 49er team. They like the definition of a team I love. They physical. They play good defense. They just bang the fuck up, man. I don't trust their quarterback at the end of the day when it comes down to it. I trust Burrow more than I trust Garoppolo. Burrow's banged up, though, so that's kind of iffy. But I'm going to take my Bengals, man, at home to bounce back. I don't think they'll lose 2 games at home. They're fighting for not only a playoff spot, they're still in control of the division right now, I believe. But they're still fighting for the division. So both teams still got a lot to play for. I don't think they're going to drop 2 games at home. I like the Bengals on the money line. As long as Burrow plays. If Burrow doesn't play, I'm off this game.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm going to pass on this one. Man, 49ers scare me. I really haven't bet on them. I've always bucked them this year, and I've been successful. And the Bengals, first time betting on them and shit in like years. Last week, I take them and they lose.
The Chargers are a good team, but I feel like I still don't think it was a bad play. The game turned out bad. Obviously, it turned out to be a loss. But when I look at everything, I still got a West Coast team traveling East Coast, early game, hot Bengals team. Like, I still think it wasn't a bad play. It just turned out to be a loss.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stay off this one. But Marley likes the Bengals to bounce back as a money line. It's not a bad play, but yeah, I'm gonna stay off that one. So, hey, we be sure to like, subscribe, follow. We appreciate everybody tuning in on this Wednesday night, and let's get to our last NFL game before we break down the Army-Navy game for this weekend in college. Our only college football action. We got Monday Night Football action, West Coast rivalry. We got the LA Rams, 8-4 on the year, 5-7 against the spread, taking on the Arizona Cardinals, 10-2 on the year, 9-3 against the spread. This line opened up in favor of the Cardinals, -2.5. Right now, that line's at -3. Still some 2.5s though out there. A lot of 2.5s, in fact. This line, the total opened up at 52.5. Right now, that line's at 51. Right now, that line's at 51.5. There are some 50s, 51s, 51.5s all throughout the board. So whatever you're trying to get on, be sure to keep your options open and shop. Rams, as we all know, Woods, since we last did our video, Woods is out for the season. And that's pretty much the only real injury that they've had recently. While the Cardinals, a lot of guys are getting healthy. Guard Pug, he is questionable for this game. Safety Wiggins is questionable as well. And then, as we know, both Hopkins and Kyler Murray both came back last week. The Rams are on a 37-7 victory against the Jaguars, while the Cardinals went up to Chicago and took care of business 33-22 on the road. Let's get to these actual factors for the Rams. They're 1-5 against spread in the last 6 games this season. They're under hit 4 out of the last 6. They're 10-5 straight up in the last 15 games. 7-1-1 against spread in the last 9 games against Arizona. 8-1 straight up in the last 9 games against Arizona. 2-5 against spread in the last 5 games on the road. 6-0 against spread in the last 6 games when playing on the road against Arizona. And 13-7 straight up in the last 20 games against an NFC conference opponent. And that's kind of dating back to obvious when they had golf too. Actual factors for the Cardinals: 8-2 against spread in the last 10 games. They're 10-2 straight up in the last 12 games. 3-7 against spread in the last 10 games at home. 0-6 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing at home against the Rams. 8-2 straight up in the last 10 games this season. 6-2 straight up in the last 8 games against an NFC conference opponent. And the unders hit 4 out of the last 6 whenever the Cardinals are playing against a NFC West foe. So Monday Night Football, remember Monday Night Football, primetime games, janky. But we got the Rams taking on the Cardinals. Marley, what's the play?
Look, Coach, I've been pretty high on this Rams team. I still think they're one of the better teams in football. A lot of new players. Woods went down. They still trying to get acclimated. Give them time. Give Odell time to get there. Give Von Miller. Still a lot of pieces. However, this Cardinal team, man, underrated, bro. And don't nobody talk about them. And they were winning with guys out. And you said it earlier. They're getting back healthy now. Murray came back. Hop came back. They went on the road. I know it was Detroit. It was Chicago. It was Andy Dalton. But first game back, on the road, and you go take care of business, not squeak by. They went and took care of business. Kyler didn't play particularly well, but good enough to go win on the road in the cold Chicago. Now you come back home. I like the Cardinals, man. I'm gonna take the money line. I'm not, like you said, I'm not messing with the NFL with this one. I just think they're the better team. And until somebody shows me otherwise, until somebody goes and beat them, I'm rocking with them. They too many weapons offensively, and the defense has been playing pretty goddamn good. I love my boy over there, Buda Baker, dog. Like I think he's one of the underrated safeties in the game. Don't nobody really talk about him, but I love the way the defense has been playing. I'm on the Cardinals at the crib on the money line.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Last time these two teams played, Cardinals went on the road and won with a backup quarterback. Who was that? Was that McCoy?
McCoy,
right? Yeah, McCoy went on the road, upset them boys, and ever since then, the Rams have kind of been up and down, up and down, up and down. So, Cardinals getting Murray back, Hopkins back. They still got your boy AJ Green. You know, the rookie. You know, more. It's just too many weapons right now. Now that they got their guy back, I'm riding with the Cards. This is going to be a great game to start off. You know, because I'm in the education. To start off the Christmas break, you know, get to chill Monday night and watch this game. So I'm riding with the Cardinals. Money line me, please, for this game. So that is our NFL recap. NFL picks and predictions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's kind of do a quick recap. My plays, I like the Vikings money line, the Bucks money line, the Panthers money line, the Cardinals money line, and the Ravens money line. As you can tell, I'm not playing around with no spreads. I just want to chill, watch the game, get the victory, and enjoy my Christmas break. Marley, he likes the Vikings money line. He likes Atlanta and the Cardinals under 42.5. He likes the Browns money line. He likes Washington +4, the Bucks -3, the Bengals money line, and the Cardinals on the money line. So you said money line, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
sir.
So those are our NFL plays. We appreciate everybody tuning in. And now we got a special game salute to our military services in the country. We got Army taking on Navy, the only show in town on Saturday. Army 8-3 on the year, 6-5 against the spread, taking on Navy, who is 3-8 on the year, 7-4 against the spread. This line opened up in favor of Army -8 right now. It's at 7.5 as a consensus. And the total opened up at 35 right now. That line's at 34.5. Very important. Check out the weather because typically whenever these two play at the end of the year like this, there are some serious weather issues going on. There are no injuries reported for Army. Navy, the safety, West, he is questionable. The tackle, Kosavella, he is questionable as well. Linebacker Hodges, he has left the team for personal reasons. And quarterback Lavatia, he is questionable as well for this game. So the last time we seen Army was around November, Thanksgiving break. They beat Liberty 31-16, while Navy, they beat Temple 38-14. So both teams are coming off of victories, getting ready to go into this game. Let's get to these actual factuals for Army. They're 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games. They undersized 6 out of the last 8. They're 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games. 5-2 against the spread in the last 7 games against Navy. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games against Navy. 8-3 straight up in the last 11 games this season. 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games against an American Athletic Conference. And the total's gone under 15 out of the last 20 games whenever Army plays in the month of December. Navy, actual factuals. They're 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games this season. They undertake 5 out of the last 7. 3-13 straight up in the last 16 games. They undertake 10 out of the last 10 against Army. 7-2 against the spread in the last 9 games this season. 1-9 straight up in the last 10 games when playing against an independent conference opponent. And they undertake 5 out of the last 5 games whenever they play in the month of December as well. So And here's another statistic: 2-13 straight up in the last 15 games when playing as an underdog. So, military service game, Army versus Navy. Marley, what is your play?
I like Army. I know that's probably the easy play. Looking at the records, looking at the spread, we've been fucking with Army. You know, that's one of our little sleeper
Oh,
teams
wow.
that we've been fucking with for a while. So it's nothing new to us. I would say I agree with you, but watch the weather. Do we need to though? Because both of these teams run the ball. Ain't nobody trying to throw the ball regardless of the weather. So
Well, I will say this about Army: they did start to open up their pass game this year because they do got a stud, and I mean this dude's a stud on the
QB,
outside. He's like 6'6", number 84 receiver. He's like 6'6", man. He go up and get it. But go ahead.
yeah. So at the end of the day, though, I'm gonna take the midshipman, the Black Knight. Excuse me. I'm taking Army. Man, they're on a 4-game win streak, averaging at least 30 in their last 3 games. Well, 60 in one of those games, but 30 in the last 2 games. They're averaging 35 points a game, giving up 22. Midshipman can't score. I know this is a rivalry game. You know, this is Army Navy. Throw out the records, throw out the stats. But I just think Army is the better team at the end of the day. They're 8-3. Like I said, they're on a 4-game win streak. I'm gonna take it minus -7.5. I think they cover.
Okay. These games right here
It's a
do
lot,
kind of
though.
be tricky.
Yeah,
It's a
it is.
rivalry game, yeah. But I do think Army is overall had a better athletes and better team right now. I hate that hook there
Oh my
because
god, I
these
hate
games
that.
are close. These
Actually,
games
you
are
know what?
close.
I want to say about a half point, the official play, but I hate line
-7.
points because I hate that hook, dog. I really do hate that. Yeah, buy it to 7. If you don't like it, if you don't want to buy it to 7, stay away from it because that hook is crucial in this kind of game.
I'm gonna roll the dice. Playboy. This Army team is explosive, but they know each other. But I know if they get in situations, 3rd and long, 4th and long, well, not really 4th and long, unless it's a crucial thing, they can pass the ball. I've seen Navy play just quite a few this year. They will get back their pass, but I don't think they're better at passing the ball than Army. In fact, I've seen Army run a spread more than a dozen times this season. And they do have multiple quarterbacks who can get in. So if one's playing bad, they're bringing the other guy. If he's playing bad, then they're bringing the 3rd string. Like they all are interchangeable. So I'm going to take that hook and I'm going to take Army. Though rivalry games, these hoes are typically close, but I'm going to take it -7.5. That's my official play for the only Division I college football game, Division 1A college football game this weekend. So that is our official play. We salute to all of our military service academies. We appreciate y'all protecting us, and we're gonna be a good game. We watch these hoes like ever since we started this. Ever since we've started, not even
Following
just Brothas
Army.
N Bets, but since we've been gambling, we watch these games like year in and year out. So I'm excited about it. I love watching these hoes run, pass. Who can play defense? I'm with
Run, dive option, triple option, quarterback,
it.
fullback dive
Fullbacks busting it.
for
I'm with it.
70.
Yeah, because we sit back and laugh, especially in the beginning of the year when teams are just starting the season. They got to play against Army. We just sit back.
Army
and laugh.
early is the best because they're not used to tackling yet. Army, like the first 4 weeks, is crucial. Like you ain't been tackling, these niggas don't do nothing but run triple option straight. Ain't nobody shaking. Niggas running straight downhill. Bring your
And we
lunch
just
pail.
sit back and just laugh, like look at the defense. But anyways, man, that is our college football picks for this week, and this is our NFL show. So hey, man, we appreciate everybody tuning in. We definitely appreciate it. We got some stuff stored in behind closed
behind
doors. So yeah, so be 2022. That's our year. You feel me? That is going to be our year, and I can't wait to just really dive into college basketball, bro. Like for real.
Yes, sir.
For real.
Yes, sir.
So hey, man, we appreciate everybody tuning in. We've hit our hour mark. So Marley, if you could hit him with the catchphrase, we can get on out of here.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all already know what it is. Appreciate everybody tuning in, coming, go back and like, subscribe. We about to hit our peak. I'm about to hit my shine this bowl season. This is the time I shine coming up in college football. I normally do very good bowl season. Check us out tomorrow on the college show, man. Are we doing a college show tomorrow?
I don't know. It just depends on.
Be on the lookout for the college show, man. It'll be coming soon. Be on the lookout. Anyways, as always, people, y'all know what it is, man. I am Marley Bets. That is the coach. This is Brothas N Bets. And as always, let's beat Vegas. We out this month.
RIP LJ from Houston.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom. Ain't no problems. We gon' make